Alright, so we've been taking a dive into improper fractions and mixed numbers. And so the title of your notes is going to be Section 2.3, Dividing Fractions. Dividing fractions. So we've been seeing fractions, we've been seeing mixed numbers. And so the first thing that we know is that 4 over 7, this 4 is going to be your numerator. Okay, we also know that this 7 is your denominator. Okay, number on top, numerator. Number on the bottom, down below, denominator. We also know that 18 over 3, we see this as an improper fraction. Okay, that's an improper fraction. Any number greater than 1 in fraction form is an improper fraction. And we also know that 2 and 2/3 is a mixed number. Okay? So we also are going to see, we need to know what a reciprocal is. A reciprocal is a fractions opposite. A fractions opposite. So for example, 1/8 or 1 over 8 has a reciprocal of 8 over 1. 8 over 1. Okay? Has a reciprocal of 8 over 1. Okay? So we see 1 over 8, and we just flip. Our denominator goes on top, and our numerator goes on the bottom. So our reciprocal of 1 over 8 is 8 over 1. Okay? So a reciprocal is a fractions opposite. 1 over 8 has a reciprocal of 8 over 1. So there are a couple steps. There are 3 easy steps. Steps to divide fractions. Divide fractions. Okay, there's 3 easy steps. Step 1 is keep first fraction. Keep first fraction. Okay, you'll just leave it alone as you'll keep the first fraction. 2 is switch to multiplication. Switch to multiplication. All right, so we'll just change our operation to multiplication. And our third step, our final step is flip second fraction. Flip second fraction. And simplify to mixed. Simplify to a mixed number. Simplify to mixed. Keep, switch, flip, and simplify. That's it. That's it. So let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this looks like. Keep, switch, flip, simplify. That's it. So E1, go ahead and try E1. E1 is 3/4 divided by 1 over 7. 1 over 7. Well, we also know that equals 3/4. And we keep the first fraction. So keep the first fraction and then switch to multiplication. Division turns to multiplication. Okay? And then flip the second fraction. 1 over 7 to 7 over 1. All right? And then just multiply. 3 times 7 gives you 21. And 4 times 1 gives you 4. So we kept our first fraction, we switched to multiplication, and we flipped the second fraction, giving you 21 over 4. And then just says simplify to mixed. So we know that to simplify 21 over 4, we just divide 21 divided by 4. Don't forget that decimal. 4 cannot go into 2, but it can go into 21. How many times? 5 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract and you're left with 1. 1 is your remainder. We always write our remainder as 1 over the denominator, 4. So your answer is 5 and 1/4. That's it. That's it. 5 and 1/4. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. Go and write E2. E2. All right, E2 is 2 over 3. 2/3 divided by 2/5. 2/5. All right. So step 1 is keep the first fraction. So we're going to keep 2/3. Step 2, switch to multiplication. So we write times, and then flip the second fraction. 2 over 5, 2, 5 over 2. And then just multiply across. 2 times 5 is 10, and 3 times 2 is 6. So we have our answer right here, but we just need to simplify to mixed. So just divide 10 divided by 6. Don't forget that decimal. And we know 6 can't go into 1, but it can go into 10 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract, and you are left with 4. So 4 is your remainder. And we always write a remainder as 4 over our denominator, which is 6. So our answer is 1 and 4/6. That's it. 1 4/6 is your answer. That's it. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. Example 3, go ahead and try E3. Go and write E3. And E3 is 3 over 4, or 3/4 divided by 2. Well, we know that from example 1, we know first step is to keep the first fraction. So we keep 3 over 4. And then step 2, switch to multiplication. So multiply. All right. And then we also know that 2 is equivalent to 2 over 1. Okay, a whole number 2 is equivalent to 2 over 1. So we just multiply by 1 over 2. That is our reciprocal, 1 over 2. All right, so switch and flip that second fraction, and then we just multiply. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 4 times 2 is 8. So your answer is 3 over 8. Now, we can't simplify to a mixed number just because we already have that as a fraction. So E3 is 3 over 8. Let's try one more. Let's try one more. Go ahead and write E4. E4. All right, E4 is 3 divided by 4 over 5. 4 over 5. We know that's also the same as writing, remember 3 is the same as 3 over 1. So it's the same as writing 3 over 1 divided by 4/5. All right. So step 1, keep that first fraction the same, 3 over 1. And then step 2 is switch to multiplication. So we do times, and then we just flip the second fraction. So 4 over 5 flips to 5 over 4. Then we just multiply. 3 times 5 is 15. And 1 times 4 is 4. So we now have our improper fraction. We just need to simplify to a mixed number. So to simplify, we just divide. 15 divided by 4. Don't forget that decimal. All right. And 4 can't go into 1, but we know it can go into 15. How many times? 3 times. Good. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract, and you're left with 3. All right. So 3 is going to be your remainder. And we write our remainder as 3 over our denominator, which is 4. So your answer is 3 and 3/4. 3 and 3/4. That's it. 3 and 3/4 is your answer. So go ahead and try numbers 5 and 6 on your own. E5 is 4 divided by 5 over 2. And skip a couple lines to give you some space for your work. So E6 is going to be 5 divided by 2/5. 2/5. All right. So go ahead and try E5, which is 4 divided by 5 over 2, and E6, which is 5 divided by 2/5 on your own.